Hey, 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 and welcome. First of all, if you're here, thank you so much. You are on Dani Be Knowing's YouTube channel. Thank you so much for following me from Instagram here to YouTube. I'm so excited to continue my Thursday tea with Dani, and today's tea is going to be special. This is going to be the 2022 overview year reading for the collective. So what I'm going to do is I am going to give insight, any tips, anything I can see that could possibly come in the new year, for any lessons. And I'm going to be using different reading tools today. So first I'm going to be using my dice, shadow oracle cards. There's 2022 is calling for a lot of shadow work, addressing shadow self, ancestral messages, and my fave, my regular playing cards. This is what I use to do my regular readings with clients. So again, thank you for coming with me today. PSA, this is a collective reading. It is not meant to resonate with everyone. It can be pretty general. I do try to get as specific as possible, but the only way you'll really be able to get something specific towards you is if you book a reading. And you can do that if you would like to do it with me. It's plugged below my website. Okay, let's get started with this 2022 overview year reading. So, first I'm going to do is roll the dice. Dear beloved spirit guides, I thank you. Ask for your guys' assistance. Can you please give us the number for year 2022? Insight guides and a message you would like for the collective to receive. 11. And then we got a 5 here. Split. And we got 11. So for me, I'm getting a sense of putting it together to self. 11, I'm seeing that's what the number that's really coming to me is the number 2. It's calling in for a lot of self. You are going to be facing your shadow self this year. And this is not to make it scary. Our shadow selves are us. What is it that you have been running away from healing wise? I was trying to show you how to dice. What have you been running away from? What have you been avoiding? Because you feel like you just do not have time to even address that or, deal with that. But let's get into it. I am seeing a moving truck. A lot of you are being called to move, whether it's for a job, for your own personal mental health, or you're just being called to go through something different. But something's stopping you. I'm seeing this figure with their arms crossed, and it's like they're wagging their finger, and it's like a dominating figure. Like this person is someone who you often do run your decisions by, or they offer advice, general insight in these decisions. And so we got this 3, which is telling me that other people are going to be playing a factor. It's not even just about community. It's how you are communicating with people. How are you telling people with how you're feeling? Or are you always doing things for the greater good of everybody? It's not the greater good of everybody if you're not even okay with it. And then we have this Queen of Diamonds, which again is showing me this dominating figure. And it does not have to be a woman. This is just representing that whoever this person is, I see a wallet opening and somebody taking money out to hand it, but then they snatch it back. And it's giving this up and down seesaw. If you are finding yourself that you have realized that you're in a place where you're not really able to be financially dependent, or you are depending on somebody financially, and you kind of feel like there's this game being played with you, there is. You are not You are not crazy. You're not unable to see when someone is not really treating you right as they should. There is an issue here, and it's a power dynamic. In 2022, you're going to be led to take your power back. And that is so fucking powerful because before I get to the bottom down, I'm going to get real excited, but we're going to wait. Because we got this 9 of spades here. You're going to learn how to communicate your power. You're going to learn how to take your power back verbally. Because this person, I'm not seeing a physical thing. It's really like a verbal thing. And we often feel like we have to get quiet. To go along with the greater good of everything, right? We want to make sure everything is peaceful, but peace isn't within you. So you're going to be finding yourself that you're going to be pushed. You're going to be pushed. You're going to be finding these instances. It's going to be very subtle where you're going to have to put yourself first. I am seeing a crossroad, 2 roads, and you're just standing there. And it's just like one lane, you know kind of what it leads to, but you know you're not going to be fully happy with that. And the other one is unknown. But you see that far away distant sunlight, and you're like, that sunlight looking really good. But it looks like a very long path. It is. But you know what? When you make it down that path, you're going to be really happy you did that. Because you are going to be in the communication with people in 2022. 2022 is going to make you realize that you have been pouring into people way too much, and they have not been doing the same for you. You have been giving. You have been putting yourself to the side, essentially, hoping that they'll do the same, and you're realizing that people are upholding their boundaries. It's you that's not upholding your boundaries for yourself. How can you have boundaries for other people if we are not following our own boundaries? And this is something I still struggle with. So don't take this as like all this advice. No, this is for me too, the collective. And then we got the 6 of clubs. So I was feeling neck pain and I'm getting a sense of a headache. You are probably noticing that as you are pushing, your body is kind of like winding down, slowing down. If you do not take your rest seriously this year, and we all heard the saying, but this is going to be for real, you will be sat the fuck down. You're going to have plans. You're going to want to do these things. And because you're not putting yourself first, because you're not taking care of your body, your ancestors, your guides are going to just do the work for you, and push you down. And you're probably going to feel like your momentum is being stopped when that's not. It's being readjusted because they want you to get out of that lack mindset, that overworking mindset. You do not have to grind till you die to prove that you have a place in society, to prove that you're a hard worker. You don't got to do any of that. And that is what I'm seeing here for you. You realizing how you do have power over how you will move for your 2022. And I was getting excited because we have this 2 of diamonds at the bottom of the deck. It's calling for self, like I said. And when you bring that balance, you're going to notice balance within your funds, within just how everything is falling into place in life because you come first. You come first. I always like to tell my clients this after I heard this. You are your ancestor altar. You are your first altar. You take care of yourself first before anything else. Because if you're not taking care of, nothing else will be. You won't feel good. What you want to put out there and create will not feel good. What else can we see for 2022? Let's talk about this moving because some of y'all have been knowing for quite a minute that you are going to have to make a move. You're going to have to get uncomfortable. You're going to have to make that change. And some of you are like, no, I'm really excited. No, but it's scary still. You got to talk to people. You got to move it from family. You got to figure out how this is going to happen. Yeah. And yes, that is going to be very challenging, but it's going to be worth it. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Sorry, I'm channeling. It's going to call for you to plan. Now, this is not for you to get upset with yourself if you feel like you're not ahead of the ball of planning for 2022. 2022 ain't even here yet, okay? Relax, you do have time. And speaking of planning, just plugging myself in there, I am offering a 2022 overview year reading particular to your year to give insight, clarity, any obstacles, things that I can see that could be coming up. Along with that, I just released a digital planner for 2022, a spiritual digital planner, and it's including 12 spiritual tips, so tip per month, a crystal per month, and it's just something that I really put together that can assist and aid in your spiritual journey for this year. So we got the two hearts here, and I'm seeing it's going to be balanced when it comes to how you're pouring love into yourself and pouring love into others. But at this moment, this is others. They're up. They up. And you're like down, right? We got to start pouring more into ourselves because we keep trying to figure out ways like, am I a good person? I don't do this. No. Really, really think about it. Really be honest with yourself. Because some of you guys are really in a situation where we're learning about how we're making our own money and how money is being used against us as a weapon, essentially. Greed is a very big thing right now in this time, especially during this time of pandemic. We're seeing the outliers of it. We're seeing what is coming from it, and you are learning how to navigate that. You are a student right now, so some of you do have a new career plan that you're implementing in 2022. Some of you guys are really taking a step further. Excuse me. I'm seeing people sitting in front of the camera. I'm seeing handshakings, business doings, brand deals. For those of you that are creatives, excuse me, I'm sorry. What I'm seeing, what Spirit's telling me is utilize your connections. You've been you've been putting yourself out there, but utilize your other connections. You know people. Talk to them, get with them, because you might be called to do some type of traveling. I'm seeing some motion coming in for you to make money. Maybe it's you having dealings with people from other states that you didn't expect. Maybe it's you going on the road, or you thinking and planning on how to get on the road, how to get this movement going. But like I said, a lot of you guys will be moving because you're going to realize that is where your stability, that's where your career is going to be. And you're just got to put on them big people underwear and start speaking to people. Let them know just because I'm still learning, it does not mean I don't know what is best for me in this moment. Life is about choices. Life is about sometimes taking that leap of faith and making those decisions. And right here again, people are appearing. It's going to be people that assist, talk to people, reach out to people. Because when you do, you're going to be up with all this guidance, all this help and assistance that you are not expecting. So let's get into the shadow work self that I was talking about earlier. 2022 is going to call for you to address your shadow side, because that shadow side is going to be parked right next to you, and it's going to feel a lot more prominent because I am seeing breaking news and for us possibly to go into another lockdown. I know, like, we're tired of that, but it's still going. And you're going to find yourself probably thinking of learning, getting into some type of schooling, or investing in yourself in a way. Some of you guys are going to be really investing in your home because you're going to realize that is going to be your saving grace, your oasis. If you do live alone, or if you do have a room and you're thinking of ways to combat depression, to combat that overwhelming feeling that comes over you, like for example, a seasonal, you're going to figure out that investing in yourself and getting creative with it, it's going to be not only a lot of fun, but your saving grace. And because of this, with this 3, I'm seeing that we're going to feel as if, how can we get in community with people when we can barely still get around people? Get creative. They're saying that there are ways for you to communicate online, to get together online. Maybe you need to make a community, a group. Some of you guys have been thinking of really creating maybe group activities, thinking of ways to be really, I'm just seeing like, it's like a show or something. Some of you guys are trying to figure out how can I move my physical things to the online spectrum, because I'm seeing that I have to get with this time right now. That's very specific. And this year, of course, is going to bring a lot of healing. Like I said, Shadow Work 8, you're going to be diving really deep into self. Expansion is going to come from this. As you're diving into self and being really open to that side of you that you probably have been really scared to tap into, you're going to find that it's going to be one of the best, amazing things for you. Set that up there. Because that is what's going to help you step into your new power this year. That is what's going to help you step into accepting your gifts for some of you. Because some of you know you got gifts and we're hiding from it. It's okay. You're gonna be addressing it this year. So let's do some shadow work that can appear throughout the year 2022. And I don't just offer problems. I like to offer insight solutions, channel that with the guidance, just to give some tips, maybe some things that can work along with this. Oh, I'm gonna say my boundaries, but hold on. So, the first one I got here is boundaries. Develop healthy boundaries to make sure you are emotionally and mentally stable. It is okay to say no. And to be quite honest, I'm seeing that these boundaries are gonna have to deal with self. No one can follow your boundaries if you don't follow your boundaries, or you don't really know what they are. Some of us will tell ourselves, we're not gonna do this today. I'm gonna chill. They just gonna have to be without me today. And then we get that call from a friend, and we find ourselves falling into it. And you're gonna have to be strong. You are going to have to hold yourself accountable. That is what's really being called this year as well, accountability. Accountability with realizing how we play a part in certain things in our lives. Life is not just happening to us, right? We are actively participating in life as well. And then we have quick tempered. Think before you speak. Put space between thoughts and the words that come out. So I'm seeing a lot of impatience can come from this year because we have a lot of plans. We're very excited. Some of us, to quite honest, are really tired of what it is in this world of a pandemic, and we're ready to travel. Some of us are really ready to take those leaps. Like, we're feeling like this is what we're being left to, and we might get quick tempered because, like I say, I'm seeing possible lockdown. I do live in California, LA, to be specific, to keep that in mind. My state does do lockdowns, but just to put that PSA out there. And it's gonna be calling because the reason why I'm seeing like a lot of you guys are gonna be alone during lockdown. And it's gonna be a lot of needed time, but you're gonna realize you have a lot of things that you need to address that you have been avoiding. And in my planner, I do have some tips that can really assist with that. But it's really calling for you to have faith in yourself, faith in your healing, faith in the fact that you made it so far to this point and that you are an amazing person. You are deserving of harmony and peace inside. Next, we have manipulative. Let go of wanting to exert power over someone or a situation. Do you need to work on your self esteem? So I'm seeing that this could really be called, I keep mentioning friends and people calling because a lot of you are seeing that you are someone that is looked to for guidance. And what my spirit is saying that when we're looked to for guidance, we can sometimes feel like we know what's really best for everybody. And for example, a friend could say, oh, I'm done investing in Bitcoin, like it's just not doing anything. And I just feel like this is the best course. And you're like, oh no, like you can do this, do that. Why don't you do that? Why don't you do this? And like, oh nah, I'm good. And even though you're being helpful, you're not listening. And I've been here, okay? We're talking about me too. You're not listening. We know they know they want you want what's best for your friend, but you have to respect boundaries of others as well. And you have to realize when you're trying to make someone do something that you want them to do because you feel it's best, when really, who says that your decisions what's best for them, right? We don't know. And you have to be able to take that step back. I'm seeing someone take a step back and breathe and kind of give that space for another person to live their own life, essentially, just like you want to. Because, like I did say earlier, there is a dominating figure in some of y'all's lives, and we're trying to, and some of y'all are realizing that the best course of action will be to get that space to really get on our own and see what can come from that. And then we have suspiciousness. That's suspicious. Is a quality of distrust and disbelief. Give yourself reasons why you feel this, right? Do you have a reason to feel suspicious? Do you have a reason to question that person's motives just yet? Look at where your trust issues lie. That could be another underlying thing that you're noticing. It's really hard for you to trust. And you want to really work on this. You're like, it's not my first thought not to trust, but it just happens. And that's the thing, that trigger. Taking accountability and trusting our triggers and figuring out where that comes from. That is what's going to be called to you a lot this year, dealing with your shadow self. When you work with your shadow self, it's really an eye opener, because that to me is one of the most important work. Because you cannot ascend if you are not able to address those shadow wounds that come up over that time. It's not meant to be worked on every day. I'm not saying you need to be hammering this every day, but when it does come up, that trigger or that reaction, that's calling for you, saying, hey, it's time for some shadow work. And, it's not easy, it's not pretty, but it's one of the most rewarding things you can do for yourself. And then we have superficial. You care too much about outward appearances. Start with your inner work, your value, your self-esteem, your personality. So we can often get caught up, like when we're posting things or when we want to do something. I'm seeing when we're trying to create something. For example, I'm getting a vision of someone trying to wrap up a gift, and you want it to be really pretty. So you're like, okay, I'm gonna lay it here. I'm gonna get my wrapper all nice and like creased. I can't wrap, so I mean, yeah, I can't wrap gifts. So like, you can probably tell the way I'm describing, but then it is becoming all wonky, right? And you're like, you know what? I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do this because it's not perfect. No, not everything is meant to be perfect. Not everything is gonna be perfect. That's part of being superficial. So really, really look at that when you find yourself really coming down, really putting a lot of pressure on it. Take a moment and step back, like, okay, I'm catching it. Because, like I said, it's going to be subtle things of you catching these lessons. And when you do catch them, do not be mad at yourself. Be fucking proud that you caught it. Because that is work. That takes a course of time and action for that change. At the bottom of the deck, we have codependency. This is a relationship addiction. You are relying too heavily on the other person for your sense of self-worth. Give yourself more self-love. So it's those of you that are in a relationship that have been feeling as if like they're, and there is no space. You are not your own person. Everything is being done together, from family to little hobbies and stuff. You need to find yourself. Like I said, this year is about finding self. Codependency has no room in this shit at all. And it's not going to be able to work anymore. You're going to realize it's going to be a lot of tugging, a lot of pulling. Like I'm seeing two people pulling, tugging ropes. Somebody pushing someone away for space. And the other person like, why do you need space? Because you cannot admit that part of you is scared. So you're being very codependent, but you need to hold yourself accountable and look at to why this is being. And it might be called to start therapy. I'm in therapy. Yes, as a medium to psychic, I am in therapy, and I feel nothing bad about it. It is the best decision I ever made because spirituality is intertwined in everything. It is not meant to be your medicine for your mental health. It's meant to assist. And then when you have therapy, bitch, you are killing the game. So this could be one of those things that will really come up that will be a blaring thing that you're not going to be able to ignore anymore. 2022 is calling for things when it's dealing with self that's not working for you. It's going to be a very obvious problem because they're not going to let you ignore it anymore. You're going to have to do that work. You're going to have to dive deep in. Mm-hmm. Now, let's get into our ancestral messages. So I love this deck. We're just going to get some messages from them. Things that they want you to know for the year, any reminders, clarifying things, or affirmations. Let's see what they got for us today. I'm here. I love you. I love you. I love you. If you recently just lost someone this holiday, for those of you this is very recent, the person is saying, I love you. I love you. I love you. I know you're thinking of me, and I am with you. And I'm proud of you. And I'm seeing some jiggy, like someone, the person that could have recently passed, I'm like moving my seat right now, could have been like a dancer, okay? And I can't get specific, collective reading, but that's the energy I'm getting. Ooh, and what did I say? Hold on. What did I just say? They're watching you. Look at this. We are watching over you. You are protected and safe. Nobody will get to you without going through us. Motherfucking period, okay? Look at that. I just love when I say things and it's just the cards be like, let me just go ahead and align with that shit real quick. Okay, like I said, Dani be knowing. That's the title. So we have first, unlearning the new, what I say, is unlearning the new learning. Unlearning, I'm sorry. I can't read. Unlearning is the new learning. It is a gift to break through these cycles, and you are doing just that. Remember, this is a gift. You're probably like, this is so hard, like, it's just nothing is working. This is your gift. Unlearning those things that do not serve us anymore, that were not serving us. That growth. You know what that is? Growth. Okay, insecure. And then we have, you are manifesting healthy relationships and financial prosperity. You are, and you have to believe in that in yourself. And a part of that is really working through your shadow self. Because a lot of times we manifest things, and then when we get it, we're not even ready to receive it. It's just parked at our door. We don't know what to do with it. We're afraid to open it. We're thinking that we're not deserving of it, even though we manifested, we worked hard for it, we got the degrees, or we did the things for it. That is calling for some shadow work. And then we have celebrate and be grateful for every opportunity that has been gifted to you. No gift is ever too small. You're going to be really wanting to hit some big things, but there's going to be some beautiful little things happening that are meant to aid this. Don't get so caught up in the expansion and wanting bigger and bigger that you are not showing gratitude for those things that are appearing in your life now or coming into it. Okay? And then we have, you have to believe in yourself the way we believe in you. Yes, ancestors can do some things, spirits can do some things, but you have to believe in yourself too, or the magic will not work. It won't come, baby. And then we have, pay attention to the signs and messages for the next few days. We will show you your answer. So this is the answer to those of you that have been looking for probably something specific to come up, a question, and you're like, I have been asking this person to ask for a sign. Here's your sign. You got to pay attention. So this is calling that you have to pay attention to how they communicate with you as well, right? I'm seeing pennies. I'm seeing feathers. I'm seeing things that can come up on your timeline that are just way too close to a line. I'm not talking about the ads, okay? I mean like posts, right? That person that you like to see post, they happen to post something. Those could be your signs. And let's get some last few things that could really come up for the year before I close this out. Okay, y'all, I just want to get some last few cards for the year. Just general advice, insight messages. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Silence, taking breaks from social media, planning out those breaks. We need to plan out our vacations. And for those of you that have been thinking of moving, I'm seeing Texas, California, Arizona, parts of Europe like Italy, Germany. I'm also seeing Louisiana, Atlanta, Canada, and Washington. Those are just some states that and countries and stuff that I saw for you that they gave me insight on. That is not to be an exhaustive list, of course. There's so many places, but that is what screamed out to me, because you are in a decision. If you are thinking of one of those facing a decision, this is your sign that you should really be looking to the best decision for you. Okay. So what y'all know I didn't mention love, but I am seeing that there could be some love stepping into you, and this being a new beginning. This could be someone that you could be working with, going to business. So it could be a love interest, a friend, or even a business partner, a young business partner that can be really stepping in to assist you in stepping in this new beginning. It's upright. Jump into those opportunities. Like I said, you are deserving of all the beautiful things that you want. You are deserving to be treated right. You don't need this person. Whoever this person is that I'm seeing that is a dominating figure with money, that is being financially abusive, essentially. You don't need that. It is okay. You will be okay. And I'm so proud of you. So those of you that are talking to your friends are starting to really open up to them. We are so proud of you. I'm gonna speak for them. We are so proud of you. And I'm so happy. I cannot wait to see how your year 2022 comes out. You can join me again next week. I will be continuing Thursday Teas with Dani here. If you liked everything that you saw today, you felt like a lot that I said resonated with you, or if you want to see more from me, be sure to hit that bell button, like, and subscribe. And once again, my name is Dani, and I am your favorite medium intuitive psychic. Have a great day. Bye.